hanging out with you today, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a few things that you can try in your visibility strategy if it's just not working, or if you know that it's something that you have to work on but you just haven't started yet. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to get in the room. I know usually it takes you a few minutes when you see the pop-up and hopping into the room and everything like that, but I'm super excited to hang out with you. So if you have any questions on your visibility strategy, getting yourself out there, let me know who you are, what kind of business you have, or what you're trying to create, and what your questions are, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. So let me know if you have any questions. Also, if you have any friends who are female entrepreneurs, creatives, they want to start making money and getting paid to do what they love, invite them into this group. This is such an awesome, tight-knit community of incredible women who are essentially taking their passions and their purpose and turning it into something that they absolutely love to do. So if you have any friends that need some help, need some support, this is an incredible group to meet your business bestie, meet awesome women just like you who are fighting for what you want, essentially, and going after what you want, and only taking yes for an answer. So the more the merrier. I'm super excited to see that this group is already around 1,800 women. And I remember when I first started and there was no one in here. It was like I invited my mom and my cousins and a few of my friends just so there was like a few people in the group. And so it's so great to like meet you guys and to see you in here. And I'm really excited to share this live stream with you. So if you don't already know me, I'm Maurice and I'm the founder of Yes Supply, and we're a platform that's helping women essentially get paid to do what you love, paid to figure out what your passion is and go after it full force and only take yes for an answer in life and business. So we do this with a variety of tools, strategies, an incredible platform, an incredible collective, but also with self-love and empowerment tips, because I truly believe that if you want to make a big change in your life, if you want to start doing work that you love, whether it's finding that dream job or creating your own dream business and dream life, it has to come from the inside. You really have to know yourself, know what you're after, know what value you can bring to the world, because everybody has their own unique value, unique experiences, unique stories, and unique impact they can bring to the world. And I think that when you start to understand self-love, you understand how to empower yourself, how to validate your own ideas instead of seeking validation from other people. That's when you start creating a life of purpose. You feel sure of yourself and you just can take the entire world on. And that's what I'm trying to create. And I'm so excited that you're here today. So if you know any women who need this right now, definitely hit the share button. Super excited to be sharing these tips with you. So I'm going to get right into it. It's so funny. I was trying to do this on my Facebook page and I was having technical difficulties like crazy, and then I realized, okay, it's because I'm meant to do it in the group where you guys are all hanging out, of course. So super excited to be doing this with you. But I'm seeing a lot of people, some have been recent clients that I've just started with, some just women in the group who are thinking, okay, I want to start a business, I want to do my own thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start social media, but I'm not going to have a strategy yet. I'm not really going to know where I'm going with it yet. And that's good if you want to dabble and you want to get your feet wet. But what I would say to you is if you're really serious about this, you know what you want to help people with, is start with the end in mind. So you should know what is the strategy for your business and what services or products are you going to deliver. And once you know what the end goal is, like how you're actually going to build your business and create an impact, start with that end in mind, and you should already know who your target clients are, who the perfect people to work with are. Because what you don't want to be doing is growing your online brand or growing your social media following and making it really generic. I'm seeing a lot of people who are growing their presence, but they're kind of just like copying and pasting from what they see, trying to follow a rule book. But really, what's worked for me is knowing who I really want to help, how I really want to make an impact, and not necessarily following the rules all the time. You know, there are areas where you want to follow strategies that are proven and work, but when it comes to actually growing your audience and growing a tight-knit community, do what it feels really, really good for you, and think about, like, what's my dream day? What's my perfect life? Like, how do I really want to live my life, and how do I really want to grow this business, and who are the people that I really want to work with? And those are the people that you should be showing up for every day. So if you know exactly how you're going to help them, whether it's a specific type of product or services, what you want to be doing is talking to them getting to know them, getting to know what they need and how what you have to offer helps them solve that problem and fills that void for them. So start with the end in mind and have a real focus on who it is you want to help, and start focusing on them from the get-go, creating unique content that excites them, that motivates them, that inspires them, that helps them achieve their goal. And if you're able to, just from the content that you're creating, that what you're giving out for free or from your live streams or from your posts, if you're able to create something that somebody has never seen before and that just truly helps them, truly excites them, helps them become a better version of themselves and almost gives them a mini transformation, that's how you're going to be remembered. There are so many people right now who are starting online brands and starting online businesses, and so you got to think of it like this: if you're just trying to copy what somebody else is doing, you're not going to stand out. And essentially what you have to do is you have to find a way to stand out in your own way, in a way that comes naturally to you, in a way that feels like it fulfills you, that makes you really happy, and that you feel like you're being your true self. And once you figure out how to do that, it's going to be really, really easy to show up and to go through with your visibility strategy every single day, because you're just being you. You're not having to look up what another blogger is doing or what another influencer is doing or what Marie Forleo is doing or what Tony Robbins is doing, because you're doing it from the heart. And you're like, I know, even when I was still working a 9 to 5, sometimes I would get my best idea for content when I had my phone off, when everything was away, and I was just like walking home from work, and I was just kind of dreaming of like, how do I want to help people? What do I want to do? Like what kind of impact do I want to make? Like, how do I want people to remember me when I'm not in the room anymore? So think about that. Think about who you want to service, and don't worry so much about what everyone else is doing, but just worry about like, what do you want to do? What kind of message do you want to share every single day? And if you just come from it from that perspective, it's going to be so much easier for you, and you're going to have so much more fun sharing this. Now, the next tip that I want to share with you for your visibility strategy, especially if you're using social media, is to remember that at the end of the day, social media is social, right? So I think, and I used to do this too when I first started building my Instagram up, I kind of hid behind my Instagram. I was more shy, I was more introverted, and I wanted to build a community, and I was only worrying about, you know, other people. And so I was thinking, nobody really cares about me. They just are going to care about the community and the posts that I do. And that's fine. But where things really started to change for me is when I sort of broke out of hiding behind my brand and hiding behind a logo, and actually just kind of came out as myself. And so a really important thing for you to remember is social media is social. So don't forget to get social. If somebody comments on something that you've put out or asks you a question, get back to them, message them. Essentially, your social media platforms, your online platforms, they're an extension of you. They're not you. And if you're building a business where you're sort of the center of it, maybe you're a coach or a strategist or even a virtual assistant, it's about you. People are signing up with you because they want to work with you. They want to learn more about you. They want to know your story. And so for me, when I kind of came out of the darkness and I changed my profile pictures, instead of just being my logo to being me, I saw a huge boost in engagement. I started to make real, genuine connections, and I had 10 times more fun doing what I was doing because it didn't feel like work. It just felt like I was connecting and essentially going back to the first point, doing what I felt like I was meant to do, sharing the message that I feel like I'm meant to share, and able to be myself, not hiding behind a logo anymore. So don't forget to be social. Don't act like you have to be on a pedestal and better than everyone, or like, just be yourself. Get to know people. Remember that at the end of the day, you're connecting with real people. Like, when you see a like on your page or whatever like that, that's a real person who saw, read what you wrote, and hit the like button, hit the comment person. That's a real person. So connect with them in that way. In terms of being human too, I think, and my point 3 is like, don't worry about being so perfect. Don't worry about everything being entirely flawless, because at the very beginning, it's not going to be flawless. It's going to be a little bit messy, right? It's not going to be perfect and pristine, and that's okay, because people can't really connect with you if you're trying to be fake or you're trying to be too perfect. So get used to the fact that you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna fail along the way. I failed multiple times. I remember when I first started, I was so afraid to do live streams. I was so afraid of like putting myself out there and sharing, and I had all those thoughts in my head like, who am I to share this? Who am I to give inspiration? But then I thought about it from the point of, well, you know what, I've been through the experiences that I've been through. I've overcome a lot of negative things in my life, and if I just don't share it and I stay a victim of it, then it's not really helping anyone. It's not making an impact on anyone, and it's not making a difference. So if you have a point of view that you want to share, maybe it's female empowerment, maybe it's helping people overcome something or learn something that you've learned that it took you a while to learn. If you just go through it and you don't share with anyone, it's almost for nothing. But if you find a way to share and to impact people, there are people that truly need what you have to offer. There are people out there looking for the answers that you have. So you are helping people. Like, don't assume that, oh, if I show up and I write this blog post or I get visible or I do this live stream or I do this video, nobody's going to care about what I have to say, because there is somebody out there who is exactly where you were a few years ago, before you learned that skill, before you overcame that obstacle, before you maybe overcame depression or anxiety or a health situation, right? There's somebody out there that needs that knowledge, those strategies, those tips that you've learned. And so if you don't share them, if you don't put yourself out there, you're actually doing them a disservice. You're not helping as many people. And from what I found is that the more I help people, the more I impact people, the more I add value to people's lives, the happier I get, the more successful I get. And I know the same, even I see the same in my clients, and I know the same will happen for you too. So my tips for you today, if you're struggling with your visibility strategy, you're feeling a lot of fear about putting yourself out there, I want you to remember that the people who you look up to, who maybe already have 300,000 followers or have written a book or whatever, they started at point 02. They had all the same fears that you have right now. I had all the same fears that you have right now. But what I've seen is that when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was going to help or impact anybody. And now I've had tons and tons of people saying that what I've shared, because I've had the bravery to put myself out there and shared it, has changed people's lives, has positively impacted so many people's lives. And I know that if you have a story inside you that you want to share, you have a point of view that you want to share, you can impact people's lives as well. And so to not overwhelm yourself, when you get out there, remember, it's not about, at first, it's not about changing 300 people's lives. If you share your point of view, if you share your story and you can positively impact one person, you've made a huge impact. And that's how it's going to start. You're going to help one person, and you're going to be able to see, oh my God, I can do this. And from there, it's going to grow. You're going to impact more people. You're going to help more people. And essentially, you're going to take the things that you're passionate about talking about, passionate about helping people with, and you're going to be able to essentially turn that into a business that you love. Or if you don't love it, turn it into a hobby that you love, right? Or sorry, if you don't want to turn it into a business, turn it into a hobby that you love. Do something that you're passionate about, that you love, right? I've never felt so good until I started doing the things that I feel like I'm meant to do every single day. And it started with breaking through that fear and just starting to share what I felt like I needed to put out there to impact more people, being really honest with myself, not being afraid to be vulnerable, and remembering to give people the benefit of the doubt. And instead of worrying that people are going to reject you or not really enjoy what you have to say, remembering that there's probably somebody out there that really needs your message, really needs your content. And so just start to show up when you feel that it's right for you, and you will definitely start to help people. So if you guys have any other questions on boosting your visibility, getting yourself out there, overcoming the fear, getting more confidence, definitely leave them for me in the comments below, and I'm going to be reading your questions and making more videos like this and more live streams like this to help you guys create your yes. So thank you so much for spending the time with me, and I'm so excited for you. And for more content like this, head over to yessupply.co. Bye guys.